Hi, welcome to Pico Playtime, the video series where I play through some cool Pico 8 games to show to you lovely people. Today's game is called Storming the Grandmothership and it's by the developer called Pico 8. We last had a look at Pico 8's game Boombi. That was made for, here it is, that was made for Low Res Jam. Check out that video, check out the game as well, very cool game. It's on Splore, as you can see, it's also on but yes, today we're going to be having a look at the game called Storming the Grandmother. I was watching the development of this on Twitter and salivating at the prospect of what the game looked like it was going to be, which is what it is. Which is basically, and I'm going to kind of summarize the description now. Well, I'm going to just read the relevant part actually. Let's say the game was heavily influenced by the third level of R-Type. Do you remember that? That's the destroying a massive ship level of R-Type. I still remember how it blew my mind. This is the description. When I first played it as a kid in the 80s arcades, please enjoy it and feedback. Okay, blah blah. Description. Yeah, this is the destroying a massive ship stage from various side-scrolling shooters. But yeah, inspired by R-Type, but lots of other side-scrollers have done it. I mean, to name but a few. Thunder Force 4, one of my favourite games on the Mega Drive or the Genesis, and that had one of these levels. Biohazard Battle had one of these levels. Zero Wing had one of these levels. Lots of side scrollers have these kinds of levels, and yeah, this is a really cool spin on it, which is why I wanted to show you it. So let's get into the game, shall we? Oh, but first, as usual, we've got a pointless endorsement of an energy drink. It's another can of Monster Espresso. I had one of these a few videos ago, and it was like, oh, that's actually quite nice. So I've got another one. This one's vanilla flavour. And yeah, that cost me 50p. It's meant to be £1. The shop was selling for 50p. Not out of date, so I don't know. It was cheap. Europeans are famous for fast cars, fashion, and coffee served long, short, hot, cold, you name it. So we travelled the continent, learned from the best baristas, and created our latest coffee, Espresso Monster. Espresso Monster is a triple threat, so that means there's no countouts, no disqualifications, no championship advantage. 3 shots of espresso. That's probably too many. Ice cold milk and Monster's espresso energy blend, which no one knows what that is anymore. When it comes to coffee, we're a sophisticated beast. Well, I'm a sophisticated beast, just like Storming the Grandmothership is a sophisticated 8 game. So, you know, this is appropriate, isn't it? Anyway, let's see what this tastes like. Hopefully, coffee with vanilla. Well, I can't taste the vanilla, but that definitely tastes coffee. It's great. Right, let's load it up. Storming the Grandmothership. Thanks, Tony the Tiger. Cool title screen. So yeah, by Pico 8, we've got 2 controls. It's a Pico 8 game after all. I shouldn't really need to tell that, should I? We've got aim and we've got shoot. So, let's get into it, shall we? Now, the first thing is actually something that's changed on the title screen. When the game was first released, the star field in the background was very bright. And yeah, quite a few people complained about that. I tried the game out and it was giving me a headache. It was very intense. It's much more toned down now, and I appreciate that an awesome amount, because I don't get motion sickness with games, but that Starfield was giving me motion sickness, so that wasn't nice. But yeah, no problems with that now, so I'm really glad that's been fixed. Isn't it great when, you know, you get feedback to a game that's actually constructive? You can actually improve your game as a result of that. Doing nice rather than people just saying that sucks. Anyway, I digress. You've got the option anyway to tone down the background. I'll show you what it looked like to start with. A little bit brighter. You might think that's fine. It's up to you. I prefer it on the lower setting. Anyway, let's get started, shall we? There's a really nice transition at the beginning. Let's just... that. Nice. Seamless transition there. So, I've got shoot, and I nearly got hit by an enemy right at the beginning there. And I can hold the... is this the Z key that I'm pressing? I'm using a PlayStation controller, so I'm actually pressing X, which is really confusing. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to turn down the volume a little bit so I'm not shouting. Wait for Still seems the same volume, doesn't it? That made no difference. Oh well. So, we can pause the game with X to aim our... What does this call it? Oh, buddy? Our option, yeah. R-Type called this your option. Lots of other games call it like buddy or something. It's like the thing that also fires, which you can aim. And I think this is our first really cool game mechanic in Storming the Grandmothership, of which there are many. We can kind of... It's important, and it gets very important later on, to be able to aim exactly at the thing which is trying to destroy you. The aiming mechanic, I think, does that in a really nice way. You can see I've actually gone kind of a different route to the way I normally go here. This is like one of the harder areas at the beginning of the game. Probably shouldn't have come this way. And you can see some of these turrets fire quite a lot of projectiles. And you're going to get beaten back. Oh, I just took a hit. That's bad. Let's try again. Oh. So being able to pause and aim gives you a little bit of a break in the action. Makes it quite a bit easier. And it's very much appreciated. These side-scrolling shoot-em-ups typically have very steep learning curves. You are expected to just memorize enemy patterns and enemy placements. And if you can't memorize it, you're going to die a lot. And if you touch even one projectile, graze the terrain even slightly by 1 pixel, you're going to die, you're going to lose a life. This game doesn't do that, fortunately. You obviously do lose a life, but you don't get sent to the beginning of the stage. You know, you can kind of weather it. You can take a few hits, and it doesn't send you all the way back, which games like R-Type typically would. Again, I haven't mentioned it yet, but those kinds of games were made for arcades, and don't forget, the bottom line of arcade games was to liberate you from your loose change. So any kind of ridiculous difficulty curve would help the game in doing that. And it's nice when people don't necessarily put those game mechanics back into a new game, because we don't need them in 2021, you know? We don't want to have to repeat things pointlessly, so I'm glad that that's there. Anyway, we've just blown up one of those cores. Those kind of eye-shaped circular machine things. Those are cores. Blow them up and we get an upgrade. So there's 5 things we can upgrade. Shield, that gives us another life. Multiple gives us like a multi-shot. Power is just how much damage each shot does. Rate of fire, and then the movement speed of the ship. And it's up to you which path you take. This is a really cool thing to add into a game like this. I think side-scrolling shooters have there's a lot of kind of free real estate in terms of game design in side-scrolling shoot-em-ups. A lot of areas that haven't really been explored yet, I don't think. And just stuff like this. It's a simple addition to a game, but it makes it so cool, and I really appreciate it. You get to have a character build in a side-scrolling shoot-em-up. You don't normally get that. It's normally just power-ups. Get 3 of them, you're at full power. This is cool. Anyway, I'm going to have multiple shot as my first upgrade. So I fire more shots. More shots, more damage. Now I'm actually going to go back, because this is a hard route that I'm taking it. Let's go the easier route. And I can actually maybe talk about more parts of the game that I like. So, most of this game is, well, there's 2 kind of main areas. You've got the outside of the ship and the interior of the ship. I'm going to go into the interior, where we get to marvel at some of the nice graphics that are in the game. Now, since the game has been released, there's been a pretty major upgrade of the graphics. Let's just pause so I can credit people. So, again from the description. Huge art upgrade with help from none other than Mathieu at P01. Oh, Mathieu Henri, also known as P01 in P01 on Twitter, I'm guessing. He was kind enough to spend some time with the sprites in the game, and I think it looks so much better now. Thanks a lot, Matthew. It does. It's not that the game looked terrible to begin with, but it's definitely been improved, and these sprite graphics are really nice in this. Gives the game a really unique look. And yeah, there's a few other upgrades and things that have been made to the game to give it some adjustments and tweaks. Whoa, nearly hit that then. Oh! Oh! I want to try and show as much of this game as I can, so I really don't want to be taking hits in this easy part of the game. So, the object of the game, we have to kind of explore as much of the ship as we can to get to these cores, destroy the cores, upgrade our ship, so we can go to the harder areas of the ship. Kind of, I think we're meant to be like at the back of the ship here, and we're kind of moving through the ship. The front is where all the really bullet hell stuff starts to happen. And yeah, that's what we're aiming for. That's our goal. Now, one of the things that I like about this game, another thing I should say, is it's free roaming. Again, side-scrolling shoot-em-ups tend to be nearly always auto-scrollers, with like the exception of kind of like Defender, but that's like its whole kind of genre unto itself. They're auto-scrollers. You move through the level on a fixed path. There's usually fixed enemy patterns and enemy placements and things, and one playthrough is going to be very similar to another. And again, like I said about arcade design, where it's a case of memorizing those level layouts. Not so in this. We can take different routes. We can take. I've already doubled back from one route. We could have gone below the ship first and gone that way. I've never tried doing that. So you know that gives a lot of replay value, and it's cool just being able to back off from something because getting a bit intense. A lot of bullets on the screen. You can just back off, you know, and then go for another attempt, another run. It makes it a little bit more strategic, and I appreciate that. Very cool. Anyway, what shall I upgrade? Rate of fire? Yeah, I think, like the Royal Navy in the late 19th century, I am going to become obsessed with rate of fire. There you go. That's a little historical reference for you. So I don't start dropping more history bombs, and let's have some more espresso. You really can't taste the vanilla. It's a cold coffee drink though. You can't go wrong. Right then, I think there's some more cars around here, so let's see if we can blast our way through this little area. Little details that I like. Have you noticed the destructible scenery? Look, you can just damage parts of the ship and it gets all battle damaged. It doesn't do anything in the game, it just looks really cool. And again, with the background there, my favourite thing, parallax scrolling. We've got a kind of mesh kind of background and then the starfield behind that. I just like that kind of thing. It's cool. So yeah, this little area here, we've got two cores in here. Now, you may notice there are two kinds of main projectiles in the game. There are these ring-shaped ones that the cores fire. They kind of home in, fairly lazily, but they do home in onto you. And then the regular turrets just fire the kind of circular projectiles. They obviously don't home in. You've also got a few different, I think there's maybe 2 or 3 kind of little mini enemy ships that can be kind of spawned by the ship. You can see at the bottom of the screen there, we've got a kind of gun firing out more enemies for us. So that's another nice little twist into the game. Anyway, let's get some more rate of fire improvements. And you can see here, I was able then to kind of split my fire between the 2 cores, but now I can aim, re-aim my option, direct all my firepower on that unlucky core. More rate of fire. Can we just take a moment as well just to appreciate the beautiful particle effects in this game? I mean, look at those explosion effects, so nice. Right, let's see if we can quickly get up through here without being destroyed. Oh no, maybe not. Oh my god. This is quite... There we go. Have to time our little approach there a little bit better. And you can see, look. Now that we've got a few upgrades, we're really starting to pick up momentum. And we can destroy more of the ship. I do think one of the kind of... Not a problem as such with the game, but I think part of the game where people might sort of fall down, it is quite hard at the beginning. It's quite a slow start to the game. Again, that's kind of good in a way because it gives you a chance to kind of figure out what's going on. But getting to your first core and the first couple of cores, especially if you don't know the layout of the ship, that can be quite hard. Once you get over that initial bump, though, you're into this kind of mid game, which I absolutely love, where you just exploring the ship, hunting down cars, getting more power-ups. It's a really good kind of game loop, I suppose you'd call it. You can see here, I've got a few cars here. I'm having to kind of dodge my way around, and oh, there's some new enemy about to touch me. Like a kind of throwing star kind of enemy. Let's not touch that. And again, you see, being able to freeze time and aim your option, such a nice touch there. What you'd usually get in a game like this would be, you would just be able to kind of freely move the option without the freezing time, and that would be really difficult. Doing it this way with the game pause makes it much better, lets you plan things out a little bit more. I appreciate that a lot. So, you can see, taking a bit of a risk there. Is that going to backfire? No, I'm okay. This is a good little area down there. You know, I have a suspicion this is perhaps a new area that's been tweaked in the game. Oh, maybe not. Oh, there we go. More rate of fire. This is a nice little detail here. Some of the parts of the ship are destructible like that. You can kind of blast your way through to gain access to a new area. Isn't that cool? So yeah, this is my favourite part now. We can just do these kind of strafing runs of the ship. Very nice. I like it a lot. Oh, I took a hit. Right, I think I might have to maybe spend the next core upgrade on a shield, maybe. Give myself another life, another chance. I don't think there's actually any cores down here. I don't think I actually need to go this way. I love those massive laser cannons. Classic kind of side-scrolling shoot-'em-up obstacle there. Oh, there's a car. Missed it. Right, let's get this guy. It's taking a pounding. I do like the way that the as you get further into the ship, the cars get bigger and take more hits, and they kind of shrink down. It's kind of like their level, I suppose, you know. And like as the smaller they get, the less threatening. I think that's really cool. Gives the game a nice kind of pacing, I think. Anyway, let's get the shield. I want to show you much of this game as I can. And we're on 17 minutes, that's okay. Maybe wind it up a little bit. See, the thing is, once you have got past that initial kind of got a few upgrades, you can say really start blasting through the ship, destroying more things more quickly. Here we go. This is a good little section here. I do think I need more power at this point. Firing a lot of shots. It's not doing, doesn't seem to do a lot of damage. Look at that explosion effect with the little kind of lines coming out. So nice. Very nice. You can see we're kind of getting beaten back by those homing attacks there. Let's try and get in here. I do like how you can kind of poke into an area, get a few shots off before the enemy bullets get to you, and you can kind of chip away at a little area. I think that's really cool. It really does feel like you're kind of, you know, kind of moving some room to room, just trying to like destroy stuff as you get to it. It's really cool exploration, which again you don't often get in side-scrolling shoot-'em-ups. Very nice. I think I need more power again, don't I? That power upgrade seemed to help. Yeah, this is much more successful now. Oh, there we go. Up there now. There we go. You'll notice some of the upgrades get kind of grayed out. So I've got maximum rate of fire now, maximum multiple shots. So I think we'll focus on power now. So, back to a dead end here. Let's see if there's any bits we can blast through the wall, maybe. See if there's a secret route we can take, perhaps. Oh, this area down here. Oh, this is a tough area here, I think. Oh my god. Now you can see, as we get further into the game, it does start to get a little bit more kind of bullet helly. Now, I tend not to enjoy bullet hell games very much. I think this game, it gets just close enough to bullet hell for me not to be kind of turned off by it. So, yeah, really nicely judged kind of difficulty curve in the game, I think. And the thing is as well, because we're mostly fighting turrets that are aiming at us, it doesn't feel like the kind of experience you get from a lot of bullet hell shooters where the shots that you're evading are just kind of like mad geometric patterns. It feels like you're threading your ship through a maze of projectiles rather than you're being fired at. So yeah, I much prefer this approach. I mean, yeah, bullet hell is just its like own weird subgenre at this point, which I'm not really interested in. But a good side scroll and shoot 'em up like this, sign me up. So you can see, getting quite big cars now to fight. Take quite a lot of hits, but it's a good job we upgraded so much. Oh my god. See there, the car shots that home in, we can actually shoot them, which is obviously nice and appreciated. So, that is our goal there. Now, I think we can't actually get to that without going kind of around the outside of the ship. So, I'm going to go through this area here, clear this room before we return to the exterior of the Grandmothership. Now, is it Grandmothership or is it the Grandmothership? You know, is this someone's grandma and it's their ship? Or is this just a Grandmothership? I don't know. I'm making a crappy joke. Just ignore me. Oh, I love this game. This is so cool. So you can see now we've got to that point where we've snowballed. We're just this unstoppable death machine. Careering through this Grandmothership. Just destroying everything in our path. The speed upgrade. I haven't upgraded that yet. Most of my successful playthroughs, I haven't really upgraded it at all. But I seem to be doing quite well now, so maybe I will upgrade it. These, oh, there we go. There's our secret route. Well, most of these side-scrolling shoot-em-ups, the upgrading the speed of your ship can be good, but sometimes it can actually get you into more trouble as you end up kind of hitting... Your ship can become a little bit uncontrollable if it gets too fast, is what I'm saying. And that's why I've been hesitant. Oh, I do love that you can do these strafing runs. Look at this. What a badass. Again, if these shoot-em-ups don't make you feel like a total badass in your totally badass spaceship, then there's something going wrong. But this game is letting me get that kind of... The awesome rush of piloting a ridiculously overpowered spaceship. You know, that's what we want. This is getting quite near the end now, so if I start having to concentrate, then my commentary is going to... there we go. Commentary is going to drop off. I think this area, I don't think the cars here give us upgrades. Or it might be that we've just reached like maximum upgrade capacity, I don't know. Either way, oh my god. Oh, this is... Look at those explosions! I love it! I haven't mentioned the music so far. The music's pretty good. It's a nice... It sets the mood rather nicely. I kind of wish there was a little bit more music. Either maybe just some different music when we got to this part of the game maybe. Or just... I don't know. It does get a little bit repetitive. But it suits the mood of the game really well. Oh, this is getting mental down here. Right. Kind of... got away from where I want to be. I want to be attacking the end boss, not getting stuck down here with all its minions. But anyway, like I said, I do enjoy the fact that you can kind of clear out areas of the ship so you have like a safe point to retreat to. Makes the game, like I say, makes the game much more kind of strategic than you typically get in these shoot-em-ups, which are more like kind of a test of your reflexes. So I do appreciate that. Oh, that is quite a powerful shot, isn't it? Somewhere there's still some it's those little turrets there still firing those shots at me. Let's get rid of those before we take on the I think this is like the end boss here now, maybe. Oh no, here we go, there's it, the end boss. Oh dear, that wasn't good. I think at this point maybe I could do with maybe some more ship speed, getting oh, there we go. I think I'm okay. All those shots are getting much bigger. Alright, we might have to start dodging now. We can't just sit straight in front of the end boss and just... Oh my god. Look at the size. It's like fighting Jupiter. The size of that. Oh my god. Grandmothership destroyed. Thanks for playing. Well, thank you for watching. Yes, this has been Storming the Grandmothership by Pico to 8. Great Pico 8 game. I love seeing side-scrolling shooters, especially when they're doing kind of interesting different things like this. Yeah, great game. You need to check this out. I have put a link below, as usual, to the itch page. You can play the game on Splore as well. Check out Pico to 8, the developer, on Twitter for lots of Pico 8 goodness. And yeah, thank you for watching. This has been Pico Playtime. You've been watching Storming the Grandmothership. I've been drinking espresso vanilla espresso monster. No signs of any vanilla anywhere, so yeah, I think I've had about, by this point, I'm about halfway down the can, so it's like 1.5 espressos. So I'll be completely wired to finish it off. Anyway, go and check out this game. Why are you still watching the video? I don't know. Right, that's it. Thanks for watching. See you later.